Yeah, it's all a setup.
Hey.
So we only have 2 more days before the deadline is up. And we're gonna spend these last days, I was gonna say with a bang, but considering what we're doing, that's gonna sound really weird. I am going to be maxing out 2 Confidants. And they were 2 of the first ones we started. 10 strikeouts, wow, that's probably bad. And, hey, you guys worried about Medjed? I mean, yeah, crazy things are gonna happen when Futaba wakes up, but that's more because crazy things just happen around her naturally. I feel like the drunk guy hasn't really been out lately. Probably could have talked to him last night, but anyway. Let's see, what day is it today? Friday. Okay, yeah, so stuff wouldn't be restocked, but we can go to, not the bathhouse. I should be able to get the next rank of Arn now.
Just have to wait for now.
But yeah, the fact that I only needed 1 affinity reading for that, it means that if you go her romance route, you won't actually need that, and you'll be able to save 5,000 yen. Yep, grow stronger soon. Only 1 affinity reading required. And, actually... Okay, technically speaking... Sorry, technically speaking I can do this at any time, but I just realized I also need to get an affinity reading for the gut stat, because tonight we'll be doing the Big Bang Challenge. Haven't done that in a while. So, I'm gonna actually avoid a train fare this time by answering Arn's text message. Oh no, special article about you and Mika. So, Arn rank 10 is actually kind of interesting. Well, for one, it unlocks a new location, Seaside Park. And I still don't get why Ferris wheels are considered an intimate date thing, but anyway. The reason why I say this is interesting is because usually rank 10s are fully voiced, but for some reason the first half of Arn's rank 10 is not fully voiced, and I'm not really sure why. I guess they just really didn't want to pay for a voice actress for Mika, maybe. You know, honestly, that's probably the reason. They're like, Mika's not important enough to have a voice actress. Oh wow, they finally found her out. Well, we didn't go after her shadow in mementos, so either she's being sincere or... I don't know about this. Your face, and everything about you. Yeah, that's what I thought was going on.
Oh!
Yeah, this is an aspect of Arn's Confidant that a lot of people don't like, because many players beg to differ on this. I mean, I guess Arn needs a rival to keep her sharp, to quote Pokemon Gen 1. I think that was Gen 1. Oh yeah, sure, you won't pull any more tricks. With that face, I totally believe you. Well, one of them eats with a particular regimen, and the other just somehow gets by because she's Arn. I mean, Arn does exercise sometimes. I guess I'll say this one. Yeah, this is about the point, like, when I was first playing that I got really scared, because I was like, wait a minute, why is this not voiced? Is something wrong? Is this not really rank 10? Because, like, all of this right here, this feels like a very rank 10 conversation. Oh, both of these are great. I guess I'll go for this one.
Yeah. Hey.
But this lets hang out a little more. Now it's fully voiced, so it feels like this is 2 rank ups in one. So, before we go through this, I'll just say, this is, from what I recall, mostly the same as the romantic route, but in the romantic route, it's on the Ferris wheel instead, and there's a few extra lines at the end.
Back when I met Shiho, when she saved me, I realized that personal relationships are something to be treasured. That's why I'm not going to run away anymore. I'll face myself head on. This time, it's my turn to help someone. But I'm still kind of worried. Do you think you could help me? Mm-hmm. You can lean on me too, if you need it. Good. I feel like we finally see each other eye to eye. I'm so glad I met you.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the lovers, granting thee infinite power.
And that's the thing I've been hiding in all of the Confidant previews.
Right.
But before that,
All right.
we need to talk about Ishtar.
Ishtar!
Returning from Persona 4 as the ultimate lover's persona, Ishtar is the Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian name of the Sumerian goddess Inanna. She's a goddess of war, divine justice, and love, though she was never a mother or fertility god. Associated with lions, the 8-pointed star symbol, and the planet Venus. Some say she influenced the Phoenician goddess Astarte, you might want to remember that name, and by extension, possibly the Greek goddess Aphrodite. Her husband was Doomzid, or Tummers, the god of shepherds. Her portrayal varies wildly across accounts, with some considering her a just goddess, but she arguably has a very negative depiction in the Epic of Gilgamesh, which has gone on to become her most iconic interpretation. There, it's said that all of her lovers have met horrible fates, and when Gilgamesh, knowing this, refuses her advances, she sends the Bull of Heaven after him, which results in the death of his friend Enkidu. In-game, Ishtar's trait is Grace of Mother, which reduces the cost of healing skills by 75%, a bigger decrease than Spellmaster. This is a common theme among Ultimate Persona traits. There'll be one of these for every type of skill, and they all have the same weakness. The Ultimate Star Persona has an objectively better version of all of them. So, for the sake of brevity, in the future I'll be referring to these skills as suffering from the Star Problem. As once you have unlocked the Ultimate Star Persona, you will never need to use these traits again. An important thing to note is the way that these skills work though. These traits trigger upon use of a skill, and then they reduce the SP cost as it's being cast. This means the reduction is not taken into consideration in the skill menu. It does mean, however, that this stacks with Spellmaster. You'll get the cost reduced by 50% in the menu, and then that cost will be reduced by an additional 75% during casting. This also means something important for Grace of Mother specifically. It does not reduce the SP cost of healing skills when used outside of battle. So if you're keeping this trait on Ishtar, make sure you always do your healing in battle to reap the benefits. Ishtar gets Medea Rahan, Summer Rakam, and Salvation naturally, and since Salvation's biggest weakness is its SP cost, getting it for cheap is pretty useful. She also naturally learns Spellmaster for even lower SP costs. She starts with Absorb Wind, so essentially has no weakness, and insta-heal is kind of like an always working detox, which can be nice insurance to have on Joker. Ishtar's itemization result is particularly interesting, as during an alarm, she'll make an accessory that will give anybody access to Thunder Rain, the severe tier single target electricity spell. If you're willing to give up an accessory slot, having this on Arn or Makoto can be pretty nice. Overall, Ishtar is a fairly decent late game healing persona, but she has the downside of being outclassed in that role by a royal exclusive ultimate persona.
A new power growing within me.
All right.
Hecate, I'm not sure if that pronunciation is correct, but Arn says it that way, so that's what I'll be going with, is a fringe Greek goddess with domain over boundaries, witchcraft, the moon, ghosts, poison, and the grave. Her first mention dating back to the 8th century BCE. Hecate is often depicted as a three-headed, three-bodied figure, and as a goddess of crossroads. That represents the Lover's Arcana quite well. Her sacred animal was the dog, and her worship often involved the sacrifice of dogs. This explains the dog head she has on chains in her design. Hecate had a lasting impact in folklore even beyond ancient Greece. The biggest example I know of is also mentioned in her in-game profile in Persona 5. She appears as the leader of the witches in Shakespeare's Macbeth. Despite her very limited appearance, I was always fascinated by her character when I studied Shakespeare. Just the whole idea of the three witches having a boss they report to. However, it is highly disputed by scholars whether Shakespeare even wrote that part of the play, as the scene does not appear in early versions. Hecate is Arn's ultimate persona, bestowed on her by reaching rank 10 of the Lover's Confidants. Every party member has one of these, but compared to earlier Persona games, they're a little bit simplified. All they do from a gameplay standpoint is change their previous resistance into an immunity, give them an additional resistance, and immediately learning a passive evasion skill for their weakness, which you'll see in a moment. Unlike Persona 3, Ultimate Personas don't have changed learn sets, and unlike Persona 4, thankfully, they do not modify their owner's stats in any way. With one exception, but it doesn't matter anyway. You'll see later. So in Ann's case, her fire resistance turns into an immunity, and her additional resistance gained is to electricity.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop counting on you. After all, you're an eternal member of my fan club. It means forever. Got it? Anyway, let's eat before our food gets cold. Time to dig in!
And ascending to Hecate means that we get Evade Ice on Arn. I believe this triples evasion from ice skills, and let's see, we need to give up something. I may need that later. So yeah, this is just a personal thing, I kind of prefer Dormina for single target high sleep over the multi-target medium sleep. Lullaby is still good though, but yeah, I prefer Dormina myself, so gonna go ahead and put that there. It's funny, 27 magic looks really low, but it's kind of good for this point in the game. Oh, don't worry, it's probably gonna get cooler soon, I guess. Because September would be the start of autumn in Japan, in the Northern Hemisphere.
Well then.
You sure about that? Like, that's like just like the whole old, oh yeah, Batman existing, it makes these villains exist, argument, and that's kind of crap. In fact, the Batman animated series dedicated an entire episode to pointing out that that theory is crap and holds no water. By, like, literally putting, like, Batman on trial. I think I've actually... Nah, I didn't see many episodes of Batman animated, but I kind of wish I did. Okay, so I think we're... Oh, right, I already said what we're doing today. We're going to be doing the Big Bang Challenge, so let's go straight to Big Bang Burger. Ah, yeah, it's raining, so drunk guy's probably not here. Okay, let's take the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh boy, ultimate mission. Are we up for it? Do we have the guts? Is our stomach ready?
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll become, I love the way the rain looks on the windows, by the way, but yeah, we'll become the ultimate Big Bang Captain Champion of the Starship after we complete this! Okay, then.
That's incredible.
And we don't get any assistance from the Velvet Twins this time. We must complete this challenge with our own power. The volume, the flavor, the calories.
Now then.
Yes, once we finish this burger, we will need to buy clothes one size bigger.
Now then.
Oh boy, if it's cold, this is gonna be... Ugh. Meanwhile, that guy on his laptop there, he doesn't care at all. The school students do. They're definitely not Shujin students.
Congratulations.
But yes, we toppled the Cosmic Tower Burger. So soon after doing a modern day Tower of Babel, we get the Captain Badge. And now we have 10 burgers that we can just keep in our backpack, and they're gonna get all moldy and awful. But we really did this for the stat points.
Knew you could do it.
So given how far ahead I am on a lot of things, I wonder if I will actually max out guts here. Nope, no guts max.
Nice.
Oh, but I maxed something else. I maxed knowledge out of eating the Big Bang. That has never happened to me before.
All right.
Okay then. I guess knowledge to set the proper pace has paid off. Okay, charm, we already... Oh, wow, 2 in 1? Max proficiency as well. Okay, let's go all the way. Let's get kindness as well.
All right.
Wanna head back?
Oh, wait, no, you don't get kindness from this. I just forgot. It would have been amazing, but... And yes, we get a Thieves' Den award from that, but okay, I don't think I've ever done that before, maxing 2 stats from the Big Bang Challenge. And hey, we got a rainbow in the sky. I guess that's maybe a metaphor for the hope that will be coming tomorrow when Futaba wakes up. Yep, she's been out for an entire month, but apparently Sojiro doesn't care. Oh, hi there. Are you saying anything new? Huh. Sadness. Yeah, let's not accuse Sojiro of using expired beans. He'd probably kick us out. No, I'm pretty sure we know better than everyone why Sojiro's feeling this way. It's tomorrow. It is hacking time. Will the hack attack succeed, or will Motherboard defeat them like always? Yeah, that's a reference to another show I watched in my childhood called Cyber Chase. Not quite as good as Magic School Bus, but it was kind of still up there when it comes to educational shows. And I can't believe, like I recently found out that Christopher Lloyd voiced the villain in that, and now that I think back on it, that makes so much sense. So, Ryuji would be at the arcade, I'm pretty sure. Because we're going to be seeing him today. Although we might need to... Okay, it says we need to buy Melon Pan. I think I already bought Melon Pan this week, though. Because sadly, as we found out earlier, we have to give up one of them for, the trading quest.
Are you ready to order?
No, I'm not ready to order. You don't have Melon Pan. So this means I'll be coming out of this with, I guess, 5 Melon Pan, which is okay.
What's up?
Oh, don't worry, you won't have to sit around for much longer. So,
Wanna get going?
let's ascend 2 friends in 2 days, just like the 2 stats in 1 from that Big Bang Burger.
This is a perfect way to refill after some training.
And this one goes to full voice acting from the start. I don't know why the first half of Arn's rank 10 isn't voice, but again, it could just be because they didn't want to make they didn't want to hire a voice actress for Mika.
By the way, the track team's up and running again. Yamauchi got taken down pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm so glad they actually ditched that guy.
You know Takeishi's mom is the PTA press, right? He told her everything.
Oh, and he was counting on winning Takeishi over because his mum was the PTA prez, so that backfired on him. Extra karma.
After that, she came storming in with the other parents and forbid the whole scouting plan. Oh, wish I could have seen the look on Yamauchi's face. I mean, the school can't ignore the PTA.
Well, I mean, they could when Kamoshida was around, so I guess this is actually kind of our doing.
And as a result, the track team's back. Our old coach is filling in for now. Man, it serves that dick right. What a great feeling. I think they might even go far in the meet. Hell yeah! Oh crap, the ramen's gonna get soggy. Let's eat.
Because there's tons of ginger here.
Woo! That was awesome. To tell the truth, I was scared of facing those guys straight up. I couldn't stand how much they hated me. Everyone just made me think of how stupid I was. Most of all, made me remember how I lost my place with them. Hey, this ain't like me, but I managed to change because you were here helping me. I got you all wrapped up in this shit, but you stayed with me till the bitter end. You didn't abandon me. So, Thanks, man. It's funny, huh? This started out as us training for the Phantom Thieves. How'd it end up like this? Either way, it's my turn now. If anything comes up, you tell me. I'll help you with whatever you need.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Chariot, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right. Chiyu!
Hey, welcome back! Haven't seen you as an ultimate since Persona 3. Chiyo, and feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, is a legendary figure from East Asian mythology, sometimes considered a descendant of the legendary Flame Emperor. No, not that one. He is a half-man, half-bull god of war and weapons. Most famous for his battle against Huang Di, the Yellow Emperor. Chiyo won most of their encounters until the invention of the self-pointing chariots, essentially a chariot with a built-in compass, allowed Huang Di's forces to navigate through the thick fog summoned by Chiyo, tipping the battle in his favor. Despite his defeat, he was still worshipped as one of the 3 legendary founding figures of China. In gameplay, his trait is Chiyo's Blessing, which reduces the cost of Sai skills by 75%. This one, again, suffers from the star problem. But it does gel with his skill set as he learns the 2 severe tier Sai skills. He's got some very solid other abilities too, from passives like Repel Fizz at base, and eventually Drain Sai for passing to other personas, the all-important Concentrate for boosting magic damage, and Fortify Spirit is kinda decent too. Gigantomachia is a decent physical attack, and Chiyo has the stats to act as a mixed attacker. His itemizations are also excellent, turning into Repel Fizz or Drain Fizz skill cards. This is a rare situation. I'd say the non-alarm itemization is arguably better. On any enemy not immune to physical, Repel Fizz can get pretty crazy with the retaliating body traits, so this makes a good skill to distribute to other personas. It's actually pretty effective against the Royal exclusive Super Boss too. Unlike some Super Bosses in the series, this one does not instantly kill you for having immunities. Overall, Chiyo is a very solid persona. His main weaknesses are his mediocre traits, and the fact that his level is absurdly high for the ultimate persona of the first Confidant you start, and likely one of the first you finish.
My new power! Alright.
So instead of Captain Kid, we now have Seiten Taisei! Born from an egg on a mountain top, punkiest monkey that ever popped. He knew every magic trick under the sun, teased the gods and everyone to have some fun. These lines pretty much sum up the character of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, from the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. As for where I got them from, I'll explain that later. Seiten Taisei is the Japanese reading of one of the titles the Monkey King gave to himself, meaning Great Sage equal to Heaven. which also shows the kind of person that he was. His early exploits can only be described as aggressively pranking the entire pantheon, including the theft of numerous sacred objects, and making himself immortal in 7 different ways, my personal favourite being travelling to the underworld and crossing out his own name in the Ledger of Souls. Eventually the gods got so fed up with his antics that they got the Buddha to step in, who gave the Monkey King a simple challenge, leaping out of his palm. He was like, sure, that's easy enough, and leapt all the way out of the palm to the ends of the universe, where he found 5 tall pillars, which he defaced and urinated on as proof of his victory. He leapt all the way back to the Buddha and was like, aha, see? Only to find a very familiar smell and scribbling on one of the Buddha's fingers. And so he was imprisoned under a rock for 500 years. Sun Wukong is amazingly not the main character of Journey to the West. That would be the monk who freed him, but he is by far the story's most popular and iconic character, to the point where most modern adaptations not only make him the main character, they also name themselves after him. One of which was a Japanese tokusatsu show simply known as Monkey in English, debuting in 1978. This was my first exposure to the character and to Journey to the West, because this show's dub gained a massive cult following in Australia for some reason. And my father was a big fan of it. Those lines that I quoted at the start of this profile, they come from the show's theme song, Monkey Magic, which I really wanted to use as the music for this bio, but I was afraid of getting copyright hammered. One final note, as the character of Goku in Dragon Ball was heavily inspired by the Monkey King, this kind of means that, just as Joker's persona was the progenitor of the Phantom Thief archetype, Ryuji's ultimate persona is the progenitor of the Shonen hero archetype, which is fitting for Ryuji. Upon his second awakening, Ryuji's resistance to electric turns into an immunity, and he gains a resistance to fire.
Alright, now I have that off my chest, let's do this! First up, the Phantom Thieves. I'll be counting on you, leader, and you can count on me too. Hey, now that we're all fueled up, wanna race to the station?
And so with that, we get Evade Wind. Okay, I'm probably dumping one of these physical skills. Heavy Fears, Medium Fears to one foe, Memory Blow. Yeah, at this point I probably don't need Rampage, especially since I have the Heatwave belt. So let's get that. And yeah, so... the designs of the party member awakened personas are not as popular as the initial persona designs. I don't think it's that they're exactly considered bad, it's that the initial persona designs of the Phantom Thieves, they're just so popular and like iconic among the fan base that a lot of people don't like that they're gone after you get them to rank 10. And yes, this definitely ain't just normal oversleeping stuff. But, yeah, so... yeah, in particular, Captain Kidd. Like, I'm kind of okay with Arn's persona upgrade, but Captain Kidd was just so cool looking, and it's kind of a shame to see him go. I'm not gonna outright admit we're powerless, though. That means she's having some pretty awful dreams right now. I believe in Futaba.
I have to agree with Makoto. Who knows how this might turn out?
But we just gotta wait until tomorrow. However, tonight we have 4 text messages. Okay, I read this as Big Bad for a second, but no, he doesn't have like some kind of big evil overlord for us to take down. We've got quite a few confidants that we can do tonight, but we're actually gonna be going for Iwai, although firstly, I think there is one other thing we need to do first. Actually, no, there isn't, because I maxed proficiency already, so I don't need to pay for an affinity reading, or luck reading for proficiency. So, we can head straight there. I wonder if I have anything to sell, because I'm actually running pretty low on money right now. I probably shouldn't have bought all those accessories, but speaking of which, just so I don't forget later, I'm gonna go ahead and equip the, Also, here's the Captain's Badge, increases max HP by 30%, which is pretty significant. Yeah, here it is, Crimson Necklace. And you get the Atom Necklace. Ryuji will take the Captain Badge for now, as a memento of Captain Kidd, sadly. And I'll give Ren Ida-Ten's belt, because that means I'll have that active in every fight.
Yeah.
Alright, we now have the ability to customize weapons. I haven't actually showed this before, but maybe I should show it off more when I actually can really make use of it, because Iwai actually has some pretty cool lines to say during it. Okay, we've got a few treasures to sell. And I do want to give those lines the time they deserve.
What's up?
Okay, actually, hang on a second.
Later.
Do I have Hangman? I do, good. Wow, look at all these pathetically low-level personas that I have. But I mean, Mitra makes up for it, hopefully.
What's up?
Okay, bond with Iwai will grow stronger soon. Okay, what kind of good you talking about?
Hey.
Well, we know exactly what that feels like. Oh, and yes, the dialogue options preempted me there. Yeah, we've been through a lot. Yeah. Now you're starting to get things.
That's right.
Yeah, this was admittedly kind of a long time coming, but now he outright admits it. And yeah, by the way, he actually likes this option. Huh, so you're trying to get out, I guess. So, yeah. Maybe helping this guy is kind of more like Phantom Thieves' work. Maybe we could have used this guy while we're going after Kaneshiro, actually. I wonder if he actually knows about that kind of stuff. That's what I was actually drawing attention to back during the Kaneshiro arc when we went into his palace for the first time and I said that Untouchable isn't accessible. A lot of people have wondered what that implies when it comes to Kaneshiro, like whether Kaneshiro just didn't know about Iwai, whether he didn't consider Iwai a threat, I don't know. But, rank 3, this might be one of the best low-rank Confidant abilities in the entire game, because camo customization is absolutely ridiculous, so next time we go to Untouchable, you better believe we're going to be using customization, because at this point, pretty much, I'm going to want to put that on all of my party guns, if I can afford it though. Because I am running a little low on cash at the moment.
What's the meaning of this?
And this is the point where the Confidant gets good in more ways than one. We got the amazing rank 3 bonus, and now this guy enters the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's a dad. given this is a Confidant, we're going to be finding out more about that later. I like how intense Joker looks here. He's like, wonder what kind of family troubles they've got. But tomorrow, it's gonna be Futaba Wakey Wakey Day, so yeah, we're gonna be ending things here, and I'll see you next time for Time Moves Again, as far as the main plot's concerned.